Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize. For the stream going down. For those of you that have been watching for the past month, it's been happening for the past month. Every single day without fail, the stream has been going down. Earlier this week, we had the ISP send down technicians to work on the issue, and they found like there was some issue with like the cabling connecting ourselves to the node, and they changed the cabling and everything should have been fixed. This was on Monday. And Monday was okay, and just Monday. So we just have to wait for I guess more technicians to come next week, and then maybe the issues can be resolved. But until then, on a daily basis, the stream has been dropping. It's let's go, and it will continue to do so, I imagine. But for now, we're jumping into our next game. We are mid-series in the grand finals of the American Starcraft Tournament. For those of who are unaware, we've been hosting this event. We've been running it for the entire day so far, for 4 hours straight, and now we're jumping in to game number 3. We missed out on game 2, but we are jumping into game number 3, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Bolivian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Invitational Esports. It is Ryojin. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Costa Rican Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Team License to Kill, LTK, leading the series 2-0. It is Eon. Let's go. Again, we missed out on game number 2. Unfortunately, we saw the opener, and Eon was opening up 2-base Roach. We didn't see how the series concluded. We did not see how it did end, so it's a little bit unfortunate there. Weren't able to see how game 2 did unfold, but now we're jumping into game 3, and we'll see how things differ here. Hatch Gas Pool standard opener out of Eon, meanwhile similarly done by Ryojin. Both players opening up standard. Let's go. Let us go. But yeah, I do apologize for the stream going down. We lost a good half of our viewers. That's always the thing that hurts me a little bit, because, you know, like shout out to the organizers behind this event, like Artecario, like Pacheca, and many others as well. They're hosting this event, and I want to like put eyes on the event itself, and you know, make people fans of these players. Like time and time again, whenever we cast players like Neo or Cristiano or Eon, people like, who is this guy? What's going on? Like, they play like a really fun style. They do get to know them, and I want you to get to know them, but you know. Smooch. Smooch, man. Smooch. Regardless, we're settling into game 3, and I'm hoping for an extended series. I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping we can go to game 4 and game 5 thereafter, but we'll see. It comes down to our players. The pressure is on Ryojin. The pressure is on. Here we go. We have our third base now being taken for our Zerg player. Link's moving out for a scout. Likewise, Eon embracing his own Link production as well. We're just both headed in the same direction. And this time, Eon takes a third. This time he's not playing 2-base Roach. Eon sounds like Yud. I don't know if I would go that far. Hey. That's crazy. How does he sound like Yud? That's what did I say? But for now, Overlords are moving out. We sent it around. Ooh. Sent across the map, being denied even. Bailey Nest gets thrown down by Ryojin. Meanwhile, no Bailey Nest from Eon. This is a very late nest, if not at all. He's link flooding. Eon is link flooding. We're cutting workers at 27, and we have 14 links on the way. Eon is looking to end the game here and now. He's skipping roaches. Sorry, he's skipping Bailings, going straight into roaches. Okay, we're rushing into the Roach Warren, and this link flood has a lot riding on it. Okay, link speed has kicked in. Now we throw down the Bailey Nest, a very late nest, and here come the lings. Eon is zooming across the map. Bailey Nest from Ryojin is done, and we should be seeing some Bailings back at home. Bailings should be on the way. Last in already, yes. It's just now being morphed in. They're a little bit late. And Eon, he's going for the kill. He's going for the natural. We do barely wall off in time. The Queen is in position. The wall is up. Another Bailing on the way. The Queen is going to go down. We got one Queen, but the Bailings will finish. They finish up just in time, and Ryojin holds. Ryojin does hold on. Eon going for the third. Behind this, roaches are amassing. Bailey Nest almost done. Again, Eon is committed. That's a lot of roaches on the way. Bailey coming in. Oh my god. Bailey's go up. Not the best connections here. Eon, he will still lay siege upon the base, but at the same time, Lings, they get across the map, and Eon is not ready. The Queen gets surrounded. A Roach as well. Eon does hold on. He does force back the army. Hatchery under fire. The base is going to fall. The target's down the base. Up. Eon does get it. The hatchery does go down. Hatchery falls, and Eon is still moving out, now with an army of Roaches. We have Roaches, we have Lings. Ryojin down a base. Eon is up in production. Eon is squeezing out a couple of drones here and there, but mainly still focusing on aggression. Eon is not pulling away, not pulling back. Yeah, getting on top of that Bailey nest. Oh, sorry, on top of the Bailing. Bailing is denied. Ryojin going for a massive counterattack, but alas, Eon is still moving out. He can send it, Pappy. He can send it. And Eon is waddling in. We do have a handful of Roaches to defend, but only a handful. And with help of these things, oh, good Bailey connection. Very nice connection. Yeah, Eon, he will bleed out all these things, and it looks like Ryojin will defend. Ryojin, he will shut this down. Eon overextends. And back at home, Eon is droning. Okay, we're calming things down. Ryojin holds. Ryojin, he holds on. Eon is droning on up, saturating his bases, getting some Roaches to defend. And the question becomes, Ryojin, is he all in? That's the question. Is he going to be forced all in, or does he drone up and try to reclaim his third? Eon is checking. Eon is looking for the third base. Does confirm it's not at least the third base location, triangular third even. Ryojin has not mined through the mineral patches yet, can't gain access to another third. And Ryojin is still droning. Okay. Looks like Ryojin is attempting to stabilize, which is not going to be easy. Eon is up by 10 workers. Eon is up 10 drones, Lair is on the way, second Evo chamber first Evo chamber as well for upgrade production. And Ryojin, he has some catching up to do. He has a lot of catching up to do. He can do so, you know, with Bailing run-bys, with Ling counterattacks. There are ways for Ryojin to stabilize and to catch up, but it's not going to be easy. As Eon even mining through those gold minerals, mining through the patches. They're about to finish up. And the question becomes, is Eon going to fully saturate his third, or is he going to commit on 2.5 base play? Because we've droned up somewhat for now. Somewhat. He has droned. Moving out across the map. Eon still droning, by the way. Still saturating, which can be risky. As Ryojin reestablishes his third, and yeah, Ryojin's droning up as well. So Ryojin is trying to reestablish his third base, but he is quite far behind. And Eon is done droning. He's done droning. He's saturated on 3 bases. He's opting not to take his gases at the third, not yet. And Eon is focusing on Roach production. And Eon has almost double the army supply of his opponent. And we're waiting for the upgrades. I believe Eon should be waiting for Roach Speed. Roach Speed is getting there. Likewise, so is +1 range. Spire has been thrown down. Eon is embracing that Spire tech. Which means he can move out with his ground army and then reinforce with Mutas. Oh boy. Mutas can be on the way. Now, Eon, because he hasn't been droning too heavily, if this game is going on longer, Ryojin's catching up. Like, Ryojin, he's back up to 63 workers. Eon invested heavily into this Roach army. He's not using it. He should. Spire into the main. The Scouts into the main. Spire yet to be confirmed, but there is a Hydrogen on the way for Ryojin. And Eon, he's missing his window. He has a big moment, a big opportunity where he can move out, but alas, he's missing it, and he's banking on these Mutas instead. He's banking on the Muta play. And now Ryojin on an even drone count. Eon taking a 4th. Ryojin catching out Overlords. Eon now moving out. Bearing in mind, no Ravagers, only Roach, and that's how we can afford Mutas. 7 Mutas are on the way. At the same time, Ryojin trying to take up into Lurkers. picking up into Lurker Tech. Wiles not quite going to be connecting. Eon, he just dives in. He goes for the dive. He has an overwhelming Roach Army. He doesn't even need the Mutas. Mutas aren't even necessary. We're getting some of the Ravagers as well, and Eon, he overwhelms. We were hoping for an extended series. We were hoping for a back and forth, but Eon, he's breaking through here and now. The Mutas have arrived, and there's barely any anti-air. There's 3 Queens, and only 3. As again, even without the Mutas, Eon has enough. As he's pushing through the front lines, takes down the Queen. And it looks like with reinforcements, Ryojin, he's holding on. His ground army, at least. His ground army does hold on, but what about the anti-air? There's still 1 Queen left over. A bit of a miscontrol, bit of mistargeting. But the Queen is going to be targeted. Yo, the Contamination! Let's go! Contamination on the Evo Chamber. Eon being forced back. Hydras have arrived. But again, from here, Eon can rebuild, remax, and move out once again. Now, Ryojin has done a good job at just recovering economically, droning back up to 60. The worker count is looking quite healthy here for Ryojin. What about the army? The army is what's lacking. Lurkers are now on the way, but only 2. Lurkers are the ideal in ZVZ. They are kind of the end game, the late game. It's what you want to work up towards. But we only have 2 Lurkers. It's not enough. We do need more time. So far, Ryojin forcing back the army. Lurker has arrived. There is some detection. Ryojin forcing Eon back. Does force him back. Second Lurker has arrived as well. Does burrow. Val will connect. And Eon barely not able to get on top of those Lurkers. Just barely. And even though Eon has a massive supply lead, if Ryojin can survive a little bit longer and make a handful of extra Lurkers, he can hold. It's not going to be easy. We can get there. Eon rotating around. Making his way towards the natural. Lurkers are keeping up. Oh. So far, so good. How many Lurkers? 4 so far. We have 4, soon to be 5 Lurkers. Just the 4 for now. Eon knocking down those rocks, gaining access to the 4th base. Pushing on forward, getting on top of another Lurker. He gets 1, he gets 2. 2 Lurkers go down, there's 2 left. 2 Lunkers remaining. But again, it just costs so much supply to fight into Lurkers like that. And Eon is not taking. You can see Eon, he's not taking into his own Hydras and into his own Lurkers. He's committed with Roach Ravager. And Eon can make this work. But the supplies are closing. The gap is closing even. Eon pushing forward. Files up. Oh, they connect. Some of them do connect. 1 Lurker goes down. There's still 1 Lurker left. It's gonna be targeted as well. The Lurkers are falling one after the other. There's 1 Lurker left for Ryojin, and it's not quite in position. And Eon, he breaks through. He's getting on top of the base. Ryojin almost stabilized. Casito, papi, casito. Almost. The 4th is gonna fall, and Eon can keep pushing. There's 3 more Lurkers on the way, but they just started. And without them, we cannot hold. We need them, papi. We need them. And Val's just zoning Ryojin away. Locked outside of his own base. Outside of his own expansion. Lurkers do morph in. But they're exposed. There's no support. There's not enough here. The Vials, they connect. They shut down the Lurkers. And that's going to be all she wrote. That's going to be all we had left. Eon, he overwhelms. GG gets called. And Eon will take the series 3-0. Becoming our very first American Starcraft Tournament champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Eon will take the series. Will take it in a 3-0 fashion. Very impressive, very dominant performance here in the finals by Eon. Did stumble his way to the finals. We saw earlier in the tournament, Cristiano was able to pose a threat. Likewise, Eon went up against Slayer Marine, up against Kamikaze, but did look quite strong here in the ZVZ. GG. GG, well played. Eon does take it. I do apologize for the stream going down earlier, and a big shout out in the chat to Catastrophe. Oh my god. How's the tournament been? Any issues? For the most part, it was solid. I was just mentioning that unfortunately the stream went down in the middle of the finals. So we lost a lot of viewers. So my apologies. But a shout out to Catastrophe. For those who don't know, big shout out. Catastrophe is the sponsor of the without Catastrophe, Starcraft would be worse off, and these events would not be happening either. So a big shout out to Catastrophe. Thank you so much for all that you do. Gracias, papi, gracias por todo que haces para la comunidad, para Starcraft. Thank you, we do appreciate it. And yeah, you know, without Catastrophe, this event wouldn't be possible. And again, I do apologize for the stream going down. It went down in the middle of the finals, but it's back, and we were able to at least catch the tail end of the finals. GG. Get your predictions back. Oh, you get them back, Pap. You get them back. So big shout outs. Gracias. Thank you. But yeah, with that, GG, well played. Congratulations to Eon. And yeah, the bracket was honestly a lot of fun. If you missed out, if you maybe tuned in at the end, if you missed out on the beginning of the tournament, the beginning of the broadcast, I recommend it. So we started the night off with Neo versus Cristiano. We're very close with both players. It was a very fun series into, of course, Eon. We had Tavo versus Kamikaze versus Eon as well. Really fun series, really fun matches. I do recommend checking them out. I recommend watching the VODs, whether it's here on Twitch or over on YouTube. We're live on both platforms at the same time, so consider checking out the VODs. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. When it comes to my internet issues, I do apologize. Again, it's out of my control. Like, what can I do, Pappy? What can I do? So yeah, we are gonna have some technicians over next week, and hopefully they can find the issue and resolve the issue. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to get used to the stream going down on a daily basis. Feels bad. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Hope you enjoyed the tournament. Potentially more events in the future. Potentially, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the future of these sorts of invitationals. We'll see how we do kind of approach this, and whether we plan other events, whether we open things up to other regions as well. For now, I believe this was just locked to Latin America and North America, potentially other regions, maybe other players. We'll see. Otherwise, honestly, I really did like this format. A lot of these players are very near and dear to our hearts, and they're also quite close in skill as well. So a lot of these matches were very competitive, a little bit unorthodox, and a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a great time. In the end. GG. And a shout out not just to Catastrophe, a shout out to Enki and Edmoso, of course. Shout out to Enki for casting in Spanish. Shout out to Pacheca and Artecario as well, also casting in Spanish. Enki wasn't able to cast the end of the tournament. He, I believe, had to leave, but did cover most of it. So big shout out to Enki. Much love. El Edmoso. And with that, we are wrapping up. We're going to be wrapping up here for the day, for the evening. We're going to be back tomorrow. Here. Of course, we cast on a daily basis here on the CranKy Ducklings, and tomorrow is going to be World Team League. World Team League WTL. The playoffs begin tomorrow in just over 24 hours. Oh boy, it's been a long season. And we just crowned the best player in the world. We just crowned Clem at EWC, but now at WTL, we crowned the best team. Who's it going to be? Team Liquid, Basilisk, Weibo Gaming, Team Vitality, and many others. Shopify Rebellion. They're all going to be facing off in just over 24 hours time in the World Team League. We're going to be casting Day 1, Day 2, and Day 3 here on the CranKy Ducklings. Not just that, but we also have House Galactic Battle. For those that are curious, that is a big offline event happening in Poland. So for those that are familiar with players like Spirit, Alazer, Geralt, Cristiano, Papi, and many others, they're all facing off, all the Polish players are facing off in an offline event in Poland on Saturday. Now, because that's a full day event, that's like a 12-hour cast, we're going to be focusing on Saturday on House Galactic Battle. That does clash with Day 2 of WTL. We're going to be casting Day 2 via replays on Day 3. So we're going to be casting Day 1 of WTL live, then House Galactic Battle, and then on the final day of WTL, we're going to go live earlier, like 3 or 4 hours earlier than normal. Going to go over the replays of Day 2 to catch up, and then go into Day 3 live. Going to go into Day 3, the final day live, so it's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be double the casting, Pappy, double the casting. So a lot to go over the weekend with World Team League and House Galactic Battle. It's gonna be a lot of good fun. Likewise, following that, yet to be determined. Remember, the EPT Open Cups, for the time being, have been discontinued. We are still in the dark whether or not they're going to be brought back, so we'll find out what happens. If not, we have plans for our own tournament. Bit of an announcement here, and we'll get into the details at a later date, but we do have plans to bring back another event, another tournament, to try to fill in the gap and the hole that EPT leaves. So if ESL Open Cup isn't back next week, we'll be hosting another tournament in its place. That's the plan. That is the plan. We're going to wait a little bit longer before we fully announce it, because there is a chance that maybe ESL over the weekend or tomorrow, it's possible that they maybe announce, oh, you know, we re-signed the deal and we have plans for another season of EPT, and they bring back the Open Cups, and then we have to reschedule. So it's possible. It is possible that that does occur. So we're going to wait a couple of days to see if we hear anything from ESL. If we do, then we'll reschedule. If not, then we'll be live with our own tournament. That's the plan. That is the plan. Shout out to again, shout out to Atagario, to Pacheca as well. Big shout out. And yeah, with that, we are going to be wrapping up for the time being. Time to ladder. True. I am a little bit sad just because of the internet going down earlier, but you know what? It's time. It's time to ladder. It's time to smurge. Even more, papi. For those that are curious, I do ladder from time to time on my personal channel. I don't ladder here. The CranKy Ducklings, we leave it solely for casting and for like team events and for like podcasts and shows. We leave things like a little bit more professional here on the CranKy Ducklings. Over on my personal channel, less so. We're not professional at all. Replays. This event went on for a little bit longer than we thought. This event went on a little bit longer. I got you covered, Tyler. We'll cover some replays next week. Next week, papi. I promise. I do apologize, but we'll go over some viewer replays next week. It's already 2 p.m., papi. It's 2 p.m. Oh no. Time to ladder. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We're going to be going live, or I'm going to be going live over on my personal channel. Otherwise, if you only are interested in some pro StarCraft, then we got you covered tomorrow with World Team League. Mark your calendar, set your alarms for WTL. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. Fun fact, the WTL predictions, they just ended. The prediction game, because the season did conclude, the CranKy Ducklings prediction game did come to an end. And fun fact, who was number one? Papi. Let's go. For those that are curious, basically it was kind of like, not the same as, but kind of like I guess fantasy football league or something. For the last season of WTL, in our Discord server, we did host a prediction game where every single week we all predicted, you know, the results and who would win, who would lose, the score line, and we kept track of all of it. And because the season ended, the results have come in for the season of WTL, and yeah, we came out. We had some rough weeks. I'll be honest. We had some rough weeks, but we came out on top. We came out on top. I think our overall success rate of predictions was like 62% or something, 60 something. So yeah, we know our StarCraft. We know it, Pat. We know it. Let's go. Sorry. I'll get the results. Defaults ranking 61%. Let's go. just enough to be number one. And under other metrics, 77%. Let's go. Shout out to Pablo Sanchez. He was number 2. Big shout out. He was like just behind me. Gunner, Senju was in there as well. Easy Phil, Papa Panda, Kuro, Yaku. A lot of fun. We try to do that every season. We try to have like a fun prediction game. We try. But yeah, with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the time being. And again, if you're interested, I'm going to be live on my personal channel. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. It's time to ladder. And enjoy your week. Enjoy your week and enjoy the upcoming weekend full of StarCraft. Until then, see you guys next time. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.